media, and like always, I'll apologize if you hear any noise in the background. My neighbors are doing some yard work outside and I have a fan on because it's hot outside. Anyways, let's move on with the video. So in today's episode of My Issue With, we'll be talking about Kat Von D and her decision to not vaccinate her child.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Let's get on it, shall we? So a couple of days ago, Kat Von D shared this picture in her Instagram, and at first, all you see is just a normal picture of a woman sharing her pregnancy to the world. There's nothing wrong with that. Then I read the caption, and at first I didn't see anything wrong with it, but then I heard that people were mad at her because of the comment that she made on the caption underneath the picture. So I read it again, and now I see why people are mad at her. So now I'm gonna read to you the caption that she made, you know, bit by bit, because there's some parts where I do agree with her, but obviously the part where everybody is mad at, I don't agree with. But first, let me tell you which parts of this caption I do agree with. Okay, the caption starts with her saying, "I knew the minute we announced our pregnancy, we would be bombarded with unsolicited advice. Some good and some questionable, unsolicited nonetheless." Okay, with this I agree with, and I feel with anything, it doesn't matter if you're pregnant or not, people will give you unsolicited advice, no matter what. So with that part, I agree with. Then she continues by saying, "I was also prepared for the backlash and the criticism we would get if we decide to be open about our personal approach to our pregnancy. My own father flipped out on me when I told him we decided to ditch our doctor and go with a midwife instead." Okay, so I understand that she's a celebrity, and she understands that everything that she does and anything that she says, she might get some backlash and criticism since she has a huge following. And when she said she decided to ditch her doctor and go with a midwife, meaning that she won't go to a hospital but give birth at her home, I was a little bit concerned because in my opinion, this is my opinion, I don't think that giving birth at home is a good idea because so many things can happen during birth. You don't know if your blood pressure goes way up or low. There's so many things that could happen. You don't know if you could have an emergency C-section. That's what I'm saying. But if she wants to do it at home, that's fine. I know there's a lot of women who decide to give birth at home and they have great experiences out of it. So there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, that is my opinion about it. Okay, then she says, "If you don't know what it's like to have people around you to think you're ridiculous, try being openly vegan." Okay, with that, I have to disagree with her. Because try being non-vegetarian or not vegan. Like, people attack you on that shit. Like, I remember I was watching this video of Ready to Glare where she was talking about this girl eating this live octopus, and I left this comment saying that I would never eat a live animal because I think that is torture and abuse. And people were telling me I was a hypocrite because I eat meat anyway, so why wouldn't I eat a live animal, which there's no correlation with that, about that. So I think there's more criticism with people who eat meat than people who are vegetarian or vegan. So with that, I have to disagree with her. Then she continues by saying, "And if you don't know what it's like to have the entire world open, criticize, judge, throw uninformed opinions, and curse you, try being an openly pregnant vegan on Instagram, having a natural drug-free home birth in water with a midwife and doula who has the intention of raising a vegan child without vaccinations. Now, this is the part that everybody is mad at. Like, I don't care if you're vegan. I don't care if you want to give birth at home. I don't care if you want to risk your child vegan. I don't care any about that. The thing that I have an issue with, and that everyone has an issue with, is the fact that you don't want to vaccinate your child. It's like, what? And I just, it's 2018 and I still can't believe there are people who don't want to vaccinate their children. Like, you would think that we have enough scientific research, we have enough studies and enough scientists to tell us that, hey, we need vaccinations, to prevent from deadly diseases and to live a healthy life. But no, there's still people in 2018 thinking that vaccinations are stupid and they're not needed. The other thing that I have an issue with, and that everyone has an issue with, is the other part that she makes in the caption where it says, "My point being, I already know what it's like to make life choices that are not the same as the majority. So your negative comments are not going to influence my choices. Actual research and educating myself will, which I'm diligently doing." Now, Kat, if you're watching this, she's probably not watching this. I mean, why would she watch it? Why would she watch this? But let's pretend that she is. Kat, if you're watching this, and if you were actually doing research and educating yourself on the topic on vaccinations, you would actually vaccinate your child. I'm sorry for screaming, but I feel very pissed. It baffles me. Like, she says that she's doing research, but yet she chooses not to vaccinate her child. Like, what kind of research are you doing? Like, is she following the same research as anti-vaccinations are following? Because all I know is they're following the myths. She's following the lies and the myths that people believe about vaccinations. Because it has to be that. Because if she's actually doing her research, because a quick Google search will solve all that. She would clear all her answers. Like, I'm sorry, this is, again, I still can't believe that we are in 2018 and we still have to explain people why vaccinations are important. And I still can't believe there are people who don't want to vaccinate their child because they believe in myths instead of actual scientific research. It baffles me. It's ridiculous for me.
I can't believe you guys. Don't you realize you're contributing to a potential public health disaster by not vaccinating your child?
That's exactly the point. My child. He's my child, and nothing matters more than his well-being.
Oh, God, this is going to be a Lewis story, isn't it? Game of Thrones is on, just a reminder.
Now, since Kat Von D says that she's doing her research and educating herself, I did the exact same thing. I went to this website called caringforkids.cps.ca, which is a Canadian website which tells you all the myths and facts about vaccinations. And I'll put a link down below if you want to see the whole thing. The first myth being most diseases are not serious. And the fact is that all of the diseases that children are vaccinated against are serious. They can all cause serious illnesses, complications, and death, even with the best medical care. Many of these diseases have no cure. So by vaccinating your child, you will prevent that child from getting all these diseases. And even with the best medical care, there's no cure for it. There's chance that that child or anyone who hasn't got their vaccinations might get a highly dangerous disease and then die from it. And that's a reality. Another myth that people seem to believe is that if so many other people are vaccinated, my child doesn't need vaccines. And the reality is, yes, they do. They still need to be vaccinated. Relying on actions of other parents to protect your unvaccinated child only works if everyone else is vaccinated. If many parents take this attitude, fewer children will be immunized. Sorry if I said that wrong. And diseases will start to spread quickly. So yeah, even if the people around you are vaccinated, your child can still get very sick and might risk other people getting sick as well. Now, this is the myth which seems to be the most popular within the anti-vaccine community. The vaccines causes autism, and the fact is, no, vaccines do not cause autism. There's no scientific evidence to support this claim. Because signs of autism may appear around the same age that children receive the vaccine, some people believe the vaccine causes the condition. Even if your child is not vaccinated, that child can still be autism. There is no link. There is no correlation between vaccines and autism. They're not linked together. So saying that, oh, I'm not going to vaccinate my child because that causes autism, that is a ridiculous claim. Also, you're making it sound that autism is a bad thing. Like, do you know how many people with autism have done great things? I mean, autism are great at math, great at science, great at things that normal people, they're not great at.
We were gonna get Stewie vaccinated, but now, after our research, we're definitely not.
Oh, no, Lois, don't tell me you fell for all that anti-vaxxer crap.
It's not crap, Brian. There's a lot of evidence to suggest there's a link between vaccinations and autism.
Lois, all that so-called evidence has been debunked.
Now I'm gonna talk about the top 3 reasons why people choose not to vaccinate their children, other of the myths and the lies that they choose to believe. The number 1 reason is for economic reasons. Some people don't have health insurance or enough money to send their kid to the doctor to get them vaccinated. The second reason might be is because the child is immunocompromised, which means their immune system cannot handle vaccines. Another reason why people don't vaccinate their children is for non-medical exemption reasons, aka philosophical reasons, which this seems to be Kat Von D's case because 1, she's rich, so obviously she can afford vaccines if she could. Second, her child is not born yet, so we don't know if her child has an autoimmune system, meaning that he or she cannot take those vaccines, which that would be a very valid reason to not get vaccinations because you can't handle them. But this just seems, a philosophical thing, which for me, in my opinion, is not a valid reason to not vaccinate your child. She seems like she's not getting vaccines for a child just to be different, just to be against the crowd. Because for me, it seems like, oh, everybody's getting vaccines for children. Well, I'm not getting vaccines for my children. I'm gonna be different and edgy and cool and blah blah blah. It's like, what the hell are you doing? What the fuck? It seems like she's trying everything that she can in her power to be this different, edgy, goth woman. And for me, that's just ridiculous. That's not a good reason to not vaccinate your child. If you want to be different, that's fine. If you want to be edgy, that's fine. That's fine by me. But vaccinate your children. Being different and edgy, it's not a valid reason to not vaccinate your children. Another thing that I have an issue with is in her caption, she says that she knows she's gonna get criticism, yet she says that if you like her opinion, I'll follow her and move the fuck on or something like that, which for me is ridiculous. Like, if you don't want to get any kind of criticism, then don't share your opinion on the internet, especially if you're a celebrity, if you have the millions of followers like she has. Like, for me, it's ridiculous for her to think, oh, I'm gonna share this controversial opinion, but you can't judge me or criticize me. Like, that's not how it works. You can't just share this controversial opinion and not expect to have some criticism backlash. That's not how the internet works, cat. Anyways, thank you for watching this video, and I'm sorry if I seemed all over the place and if I seem tired or out of breath because I'm sick. It's been a week and I'm still sick. Just today I was feeling a little bit better, and so I decided to do my makeup and record a video today because I wanted to share my opinion about this before, you know, everybody forgets about it. So yeah, hopefully next week I'll feel better and I'll make a better video where I talk better, but I don't seem all over the place. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. All my social medias will be linked down below. I'll try to record more videos and upload more often since we're now in the summer, meaning that I have more time to dedicate to YouTube. And thank you for supporting this channel. Anyways, see you next time. Bye.